YouTube world. Bienvenido to that guy. We're here with my buddy Tim Brown of No Shoulder Retics, one of the new up-and-coming retic breeders here in Metro Atlanta. Just picking up some feeder pigs from him, so I'll put his info down below. If you're in Metro Atlanta, he's got the hookup on frozen feeder pigs.
Yeah, I guess I do.
There we go. So while we're over here, we're going to take a look at some of the babies that he just, or what he's got left from his very first clutch, and take a look at his breeders, his future breeders, and talk retics for a few. Puppy! Alrighty, so now we can get into talking snakes. So here we got a couple babies, which we'll talk about them here shortly. But first, who on earth and what on earth is No Shoulders reticulated pythons?
Well, I've always had snakes. I've always just been that strange kid in school that just had snakes, was flipping over rocks and catching them. But I came into adulthood, I'd always wanted a retic, so I got this guy here, Mr. No Shoulders, and got him when he was just a little bit bigger than the ones in my hand. And my mother-in-law absolutely hated him. She always called snakes Mr. No Shoulders. She'd come screaming and make me go out in the garden to get him out, so I named him Mr. No Shoulders. He just got bigger. I added more snakes, so I figured why not just name the entire LLC Mr. No Shoulders. So that's exactly what I did.
It works, man. It's a lot more clever and personal than, you know, that idiot at GVL Iguana is like, what the hell is that shit?
Oh, I did it out of spite. She loves it, but she hates it.
Dude, it's awesome though, being able to have, you know, having that mascot animal that, you know, a lot of these guys that start up in breeding or that have their own companies, I mean, yeah, they've got awesome breeders, but they don't have like necessarily that one mascot. You know, we're obviously with Tim here having Mr. No Shoulders. We've got Diego, you know, so it's really cool when you have these companies that, you know, you've got that number one guy that you can bring out and educate people with.
That's definitely number one. Honestly, for the most part, everything I have, they're all just puppy dog tame. I mean, I don't breed for genetics. Yeah, I don't breed for genetics. I breed for pet quality.
But babies, and they're just not even shy.
So every single animal you see in this room is held daily. Even the big ones. Granted, they're both have 8 to 10 pounds of pigs in them. I can't hold them at the moment, but I still reach in and I interact with them. They're all pets. They're not just products on a shelf.
And that's how you know if you end up getting a retic from Tim, it's quality. It's not just going to be a mass-produced, you know, crazily overpriced animal. It's going to be something that was created with care and it's cared for properly day in and day out, and it's socialized, so you know you're going to get a good healthy animal.
They were my pets first. Yeah.
All right, so now let's get into kind of some of these babies and the parents. So obviously we talked about Mr. No Shoulders here. He's the proud papa, which like Tim said, they're filled with pigs right now, so kind of difficult to take them out. Excuse me, we have enough annoying huskies at home.
But he is a Kalatoa het ML. He is a Samson Pruitt Slither creation. Got him 2 years ago when he was really little, and at this point he's just a giant yard potato. We get him out in the yard and all the kids from the neighborhood will come up and just sit in the grass with him. He's very cool.
But see, that's awesome. That's how you get kids to understand, like, these aren't animals to fear, you know, just because it's massive and big, it doesn't mean that it's gonna freaking kill you. You know, they can be puppy dogs just like anything else.
This is something else really cool. They still have a few just like him. But this one has a little bit of a rub on his nose, but
yeah, that crazy pattern going on.
Yeah, I love all the bright rosettes you get with that Kalatoa.
Now, so what's a little? Tell us a little more about what the Kalatoa is, because I'm novice with retics.
Kalatoa is it's not a morph. It is a locality. There are several different localities that you can access with a reticulated python. You have mainlands that tend to be the larger animals, and then you have certain localities that are associated, or well, not associated, but they're dwarf or they're super dwarf.
Okay, so it's a smaller locality version.
Correct.
Basically.
So Kalatoa being one, there's Karampa, Jampei is another very popular one.
Okay, so Jampei is the one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, Jampei's are definitely more popular. I'm dwarf, super dwarf localities. They are beautiful. I wouldn't mind to add one to my collection sooner or later.
Handsome boy. And then Proud Mama is right up here. You can see that massive, massive food right about there. Yeah, this girl is...
Yeah, so this girl has no dwarf in her whatsoever.
Clearly.
She is 140 pounds of Phantom Motley Het Purple. She is a big girl. She's another one that's just puppy dog tame. We got her from Tommy Williams, Murder Worms. With Murder Worms. So he pretty much all of his animals are very well socialized, very calm, and she was no exception. I believe you guys came over the day I got her, and you and
Was that the day that you got her over
the
here?
day I got her. Yeah, you and your wife came over. And
So if I can find the picture, I'll post it right now of us holding her. And yeah, she was she a big girl. I mean, I'm a big dude, and she dwarfed me.
She's about 15, 16 feet. She's sweet. She's calm, but she is so heavy that it's honestly difficult to maneuver her whenever she wants to move.
Oh yeah, it's too big of a snake to handle.
You can't stop her. You can direct her, you can guide her, but you can't stop her.
That's the fun of big snakes. So to kind of little side note here with big snakes, if you're gonna own animals like this, you gotta have a second person with you whenever you're trying to cleaning out the cages, handling them, really anything over 8 to 10 foot. You've gotta have somebody at least in the house with you within shouting distance. Ideally, obviously with you, because even if they're not trying to hurt you, they're just so gosh darn big and heavy, crazy things can happen. So always, always, always practice safety whenever you're handling a large animal.
See, she has her lip stuck on her.
All right, so next up, we are going to move over to the future breeders and the future projects of No Shoulders, which, let's see, whoa, I'm still zoomed in, so you almost got a good close-up of my face. Do I look pretty?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll kind of go through these cages here. So first one, we're going to start with the one that's in that top right corner, and in his hands, Timothy Brown. Who do we have here?
All right, so this is definitely the most complex animal in the collection. This is a Lavender Motley Platinum Tiger Het genetic stripe. So this girl is an absolute gold mine of genetics. As you can see, every bit as calm and socialized as any of the other babies we were handling a moment ago.
Not head shy, new person to her, doesn't know me, super chill.
It's just another benefit of having a smaller collection and being able to interact with every single one of them. But she's gonna go next year. I'm gonna probably pair her to the Machino Het Purple.
Who is that one, which we'll get to shortly.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the head G stripe stuff. Like we were talking off camera a few minutes ago. Just the genetic stripe stuff is really, really pretty, but the het G stripe, it kind of brings it back just a little bit, and it just whatever it does with the genetics, it just a massive sausage poop.
Yeah, that one's coming.
So that's some good education right there. If you ever see a snake where it's got that giant lump right there before its butthole, also known as its vent or cloaca, don't handle it because you are going to get showered.
That means I'm gonna have to clean a little something up before we go to work tomorrow.
The fun of owning snakes.
Oh, I believe you do. Else I couldn't do it.
Alright, so we have this beautiful yellow girl in here whose name was...
I believe her name is Creamsicle.
Creamsicle. So we got Creamsicle's boyfriend.
That's Orange Fanta.
And Orange Fanta is a Mochino Het Purple male. He is going into blue, which means he's getting ready to shed, which we've talked about before. But you can just kind of see, he looks a lot like our Simon. So the Mochino and the caramel genes are very, very similar. But this guy should pair up really, really nice. So now we're getting to his latest addition, who is just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous girl. This is a purple Motley Sunfire Het Annery. She is just a gorgeous, gorgeous animal. See all the yellows on her.
She shut out for me a couple of days ago.
And no, that is not mites, that is dirt for her right there for all of you internet troll people.
Yeah, there are no mice in this.
Yes. Yeah, just look at all that. We're even thinking, might breed Simon to this girl. Get him some action.
I'm loving that idea. See how that caramel works with.
Yeah, so y'all have seen Simon. Said we haven't done taken him out too much to spotlight him because we haven't really done any major retic videos yet. But I'll make sure to. We'll do like a full in-depth care with Simon soon. But yeah, so he's got a lot of plans with this girl, and then later this year we might stud Simon out and see what caramel does, and that would make a pretty sweet combination that really not a lot of folks do. So that could be pretty cool.
Hey, when they put him with that Phantom Motley, that would be beautiful as well. Yes, caramel Phantom Motley. Imagine that.
Yeah, that can make some good stuff. He's got to grow a little bit before he can fit in with that girl. Simon's a little over 6 foot right now. She might be a little too big for him. A little too much girl to handle. But yeah, man, so in a nutshell, no shoulder retics, man. He's growing. He's producing some really awesome stuff. I'm going to drop all of the links down in the comments below for all of his social media and all that other jazz. So you can follow along with him. And of course, if you have questions, you want to get a retic from him, hit him up, let him know. And drop us a comment below too. Tell us which one of these 5 babies is your favorite. Yeah. Including him too. I appreciate y'all for watching. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Finale.